Oh, hey there. It's me, Pen. And on this episode of Paper Peculiar, I'll be doing a flip through of this mini envelope journal. It's actually just a standard card size envelope. But first, let's walk through the evolution of how this journal came to be. If you saw a previous video, you would have seen that I created, or crafted rather, a full-size, legal-length envelope journal. I actually did the flip through for a number of my full-size, legal-length envelope journals. Now, when I say legal length, they're all different sizes, but they're all basically either legal document envelope mailers or standard paper size. In Canada, it's 8.5 by 11, and I know it's different in other parts of the world, but standard mailers. I get these envelopes from my friend at the office who saves anything that she thinks I could use for journaling for me. And what's interesting is you'd think this would have been the catalyst to create the companion that I have, but no. In the evolution, it was this journal that came first. This was the first envelope when I just began crafting journals that I crafted. I had seen a video. Again, I'm really sorry. I can't remember whose video it was, but she had created this vintage, she called it shabby envelope journal. And I thought, I just love the style and I want to create it. So I recreated something similar to what she made. She was, of course, since I was beginning, hers was quite a bit more intricate than mine. I was using my intuition on how to assemble and the design of this journal. And I had envelopes from cards. When you're giving cards, I had extra envelopes and I used those. When I finished making this journal, that's when I thought, you know what, I want to make a companion for it. And it was this one that was the companion to this one. That started my whole trend of making larger envelopes and then a companion for them. But today we're going to be doing the flip through of the smaller envelopes. I'll put a link in the description to the video of the flip through of my larger envelope journals. But for now, let's get started. So once again, this was the first envelope when I began crafting envelope journal that I made. And it went along with this one. Okay, let's get started. First, you can see I used bits of paper, which I glued to the envelope. Now, this piece of paper is what's holding the envelope, the two envelopes together. So I put some scrapbooking paper there and scrapbooking paper there. It was a little thicker stock to make the spine. Attaching, I have 4 envelopes here, 2 in the front and 2 on the back. Now what I did do, so when I open this up, you can see it's regular envelope. Inside I have, of course, my favorite whimsical bird mason jar. journaling card, and that's in this envelope. Whoa. Now, what I did do was I glued the two envelopes together, but left the middle as a pocket. And inside, I have a collaged card with some more scrapbooking, and I stamped it for lines for journaling space and a little cutout. I manually cut out to make a tag with some coffee filter ruffle and just some images from different books and papers that I cut out. And that is actually a sticker that I glued on and a stamp, just a nice collage for the insert for back in between these two. On the inside envelope, I have a tag that I used the Tough Legal folder, and I covered it with some pretty paper and some stickers. This is file folder again with that I stenciled on, and a little tag with some washi and more stenciling, and that I put into this side. And now I sewed in a signature with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, coffee filter flower. Most of these papers are, I had a pad, which I got either from the vintage store at a liquidation store, of already vintage looking paper, which I still aged, though I inked around and aged more. And here is an insert, just a piece of coffee dyed, a scrap coffee dyed for journaling, and a little paper clip bow in a vellum pocket. I sewed on a bit of, this is gingham. Here's some more of that paper I wrapped around to make a tuck spot with just a little note journaling. And on this side, a homemade, using parchment paper, little baggie, and inside some more of that coffee dyed paper for a journaling spot. So we have a journaling spot on the paper because this was one-sided paper. Here we have washi tape holding down more coffee filter ruffle, some actual coffee dyed paper, and more. This is coffee dye with a bit of gel food coloring, and then I sewed around. More gingham sewed on to coffee dyed and gel food coloring. Very pretty from that same paper pad paper. And sewing. I've mentioned this before. Once I get sewing on my coffee dye paper, it's very difficult to stop. I enjoy it very much how this looks. This coffee dye was dried on my roasting pan. So as it dried, the roasting pan shape came through. Here is an interesting stitch. I obviously was playing with the stitching styles of my sewing machine. And some whimsical sewing for the center, which opens up to be just beautiful. I love the way this looks. Here we have a dangly, just some little metal charms. I used, this is waxed thread for sewing in this signature. The other side is some more sewing of gingham and paper, pretty flowers again, and the sewing. Lots of journaling space. Here's another tab. It's coffee dye flower and washi tape. I think this is so pretty the way this looks. And in here, a vellum pocket. Now, when you glue vellum, you can see how it smooshes in. I happen to like the way that looks, so I didn't hide it. I put it there on purpose because I really like the look of it. It matches the ripped style of the vellum and the whole pocket. Inside, just a little card. I received a pack from a friend. It was a pack from, she said she got it at Hobby Lobby, which we don't have a Hobby Lobby around here. So when we go to the States, we like to stop in. And so did my friend, and she got me all those. Just another cut. Look at the patterns on this, the way the coffee dried. Just beautiful. And a tuck spot with some more of the wraparound. Inside here, we have just a little piece of paper from a pad and a sticker on top. Journaling spot. Oh, I put it in this way. Some more. Oh, look how pretty that is. I've used this on another envelope journal. More washi with ruffles. And at the back, a matching flower. Now in the back, we have another journaling card with a piece of paper, a botanical pad, you can see. Oh, and another little image that I cut out and put in. Very delicate. I had used, this is from a paper pad that was really pretty, and it had a scan, or is it a scan of real paper? I'm not sure, with some roses. And this is from another paper pad on that solid legal folder that I got from the office. Oops, I smooshed back in. Here's stenciling and some more paper. And in the back envelope, oh, a pretty little rose, another whimsical bird, and in the middle, another journaling card. And that is the companion to this journal. Next, the companion to this rose journal. I matched these up extremely well. Now, these I made at the same time. It wasn't I made one and then thought something should go with it. These I made at the same time. So I was able to use similar washi and the same tie and matching cover. Let's see if I did on the back. Yeah, the same. This is just thin from a paper pack. And I sewed around. This paper pack was, I believe, vintage, which was, it was either from my thrifting or from that liquidation store. Now let's get into the, oh, look at this little, this, I don't know if you can see. I'll zoom in a minute. This is a little shield with a rose. And now I can go back out. Okay, so I have a little shield with a rose there and a little shield with a rose here on the little pin with some beads. And now when we go inside, this one I had done differently than the other one. Rather than doing the way I had done the other one, which was using a connector, this is done by putting envelope in envelope and then a signature sewn through where they connect, envelope in envelope. So it's 4 envelopes without a connector, but I put the tops. I take the tops in. Wait, I can show you. I have my template here. The way I do it is I have 4 envelopes, all the same size. I take the first envelope and I glue the top of the envelope to the 4th envelope at the back. So that becomes the back page, that becomes the front page. I then take my second envelope, I lay it on top of my first envelope. I take my third envelope and I lay it on top of the back envelope. I put the top of the second envelope into the third envelope, and I put the top of the third envelope into the first envelope. That then gives me 1 page. You can see I give myself notes here. 2 page, center, which now has 4 pieces of paper strength to be able to sew a signature. 3rd page and back page. And that is how I structured this. So I have my front envelope, my second envelope, my signature, which is sewn into all the pages, the next envelope, and the last envelope. So I'll have space in here for a card. Here I put a layered pocket and put 2 things in. I also decorated the back with some of that paper. Here I have another journaling tag. Oh, pretty sticker, washi tape all around. So it is a pattern or a theme. I use that hardboard to make tags. I mass made a bunch of tags where I cut it out. It's green, so I do the border with washi, and then I put pretty paper around and a pocket so I can put a tag in, and on the back, journaling space. I have a whole bunch of them. I should be running low because I've used so many. Here is my signature of coffee dyed paper. I used, you can see some stenciling here and some sewing around. Once I get sewing, I can't stop. I love using this for the center. Oh, I'm out of frame. And I continue with more pieces, coffee dyed. And then at the back, another tag. And pocket, which you saw, I wrote the little note. This is just music paper covering file folder. I stenciled and put some stickers, and I stenciled file folder card. And at the back, oh, I made a lovely, this is file folder into a little book with a waterfall and some pretty paper and a sticker. And I just made that for the back. And that is this. Next, I made a companion for this large journal. These ones match like wholeheartedly. Same beads, danglies, same wrap, same flower. Not that the other ones don't match. I mean, they do too, but this was very, I did these at the same time, you can tell. Now, this was a huge brown envelope, but this, once again, I didn't use a spine. I put the envelopes in such a way where I was just tucking and gluing. You can see tucking and gluing, only I did it a little differently. I decided to, instead of gluing the first one to the back, I glued I didn't even glue it. I brought the back one to the front, and I left it as a closure front for the front. And then the first envelope slid in. And here we have More of the tags with a little card, stenciling, journaling spots. I can see a whimsical face in there. Yep, whimsical bird, mason jar, pretty flower sticker. These envelopes you can see were coffee dyed. Paper decorating with a little pocket with some fancy paper. This is not coffee dyed. This is the way this paper came. I just ripped and inked. Here is some from that paper pad, and I just sewed book page ruffle with some scraps. Coffee dye. I added some lined paper, and because this is the length, I joined it with washi tape, so I extended it. Sewn paper. Different styles of sewing. Coffee filter ruffle. Here's the similar join with washi tape. And my favorite center with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. The other side, more ruffle and sewing and gel color coffee dyed. The washi tape joined lined paper. Oh, some added trim. Interesting. This is on the, my oven came with a fry basket, which I don't even use, air fry. And I dried it on that. The back filter, coffee filter, and a little pad. I just made like a matchbook little, although this would be very big matches, wouldn't it? Just using different scrapbooking paper. A little pad that goes in here, which brings us to the back pockets. Once again, whimsical bird, mason jar, and same. Oh, we have 2 tags in here, just from scraps. Make little tags, which I stencil and put in. Now this, I just use my own cutting. There's no machine to make that. This, I got a stamp that does this, but it doesn't work very well, so I have to come back and cut to fix it up. And that is this. And lastly, we have, to go with my purple themed journal, we have this. Now, I did this in the same way I did that first one, using a spine, but I wanted 2 signatures rather than in the first one. It is just 1 signature. I decided I'm going to make this one extra thick, and I made 2, and it turned out really nice, very solid. What I did do to support it was I made the envelopes. So this is not gift card envelope. This is stronger cardstock paper, which I'll show you. This is cardstock that I made. I used one-sided, so it's this paper pad, but one-sided. So in the same pack, it makes it solid. So I made these envelopes. These are all made. But anyway, here is book page with a pretty sticker on it. Inside, whimsical bird, mason jar as a journaling card. This feels like it opens. No, it's just really thick. And I made a pocket inside, which I don't have anything in. Why wouldn't I put anything in? There's nothing in there, but there is a pocket in the middle. Another solid card. This is a page from a children's book with a pretty picture. Now this, you can see I did not age. Rather, I just inked with a purple ink to match the theme. As I call it, a clean journal, not aged. So inside, I did some stenciling there. This is a vellum cover where I did some stencil. And now we get to the clean pages. A bit of washi tape. This is linen paper. It feels very nice. This is a collage trim, which I make out of scraps and then I sew. I make a big roll of it to have handy. Just some extra little, from the purple pack, pieces of, I don't know that it's ephemera because you don't want to toss it after one use, but especially in the case of a checklist, more embellishment, let's say. This is some pretty purple trim material. I sewed, you can see. Oh, this is purple dyed paper, very lightly dyed. Some graph paper with washi tape. And this is muffin. As instead of using coffee filter, I used muffin cups or cupcake cups as the ruffle. Here's a little stamp, came in the purple paper pack. More dyed paper that I sewed. A flower made out of the muffin paper. This is to practice handwriting or calligraphy paper and washi tape. More purple dyed paper. It's a little purple and pink or blue and pink to make purple. More of that linen paper. So here is a baggie made out of parchment with some purple paper pack items inside. Into the bag. I'll put those away after. Center the same theme, but with white clean paper. I used purple baker's twine with a little charm inside. Music paper, clean. Here's the other side of that bag with more purple paper pack items. Can I get them out? Yes. Oh, the same items. A little doggy sticker. Came in the purple paper pack too. Paper sewn, book page ruffle with extra little trim. More of that purple. So pretty. More of the calligraphy paper. Here is a belly band where I stuck 3 of the purple paper pack images and just some. For a journaling spot, I cut it up and smoothed the edges so it would slide in nicely. Lots of journaling space. Here is some material that feels like cotton sewn on. Graph paper with washi tape. I think that's the moon, a purple moon. More of my ribbon and some paper for journaling and an extra little sticker on from the purple paper pack. Making a tuck spot. I'm almost out of this collage roll. I'm gonna have to make some more. If you'd like to join me in a craft with me video to make that, let me know. Now we're on to the second signature where vellum was stenciling. Some more clean linen paper. Some more ribbon as a tuck spot to hold this purple paper pack memo sheet. Ribbon. Very pretty butterfly washi tape with graph paper and muffin or cupcake ruffle. More paper. a flower made out of the ruffle, washi tape on the calligraphy paper. I got this calligraphy set from that liquidation store that we like to visit when we go to the States. And it was a whole calligraphy kit, only the pens don't work. So now I have this paper without the pens, but it's great for in here. And more linen paper and dyed and sewed. Another bag with more you can see through. It's the same things. Music sheet with pretty sewn ruffle. That's the center with a matching charm. And we're coming to the other half. The bag with some more gel, sewn, paper ruffle. I see more of the pretty, this side. And calligraphy paper, matching belly band with a different, and this is just a piece of paper folded that I inked using the same color. More cotton sewn on, graph with washi, and in the back tuck spot, a little homemade envelope with some more paper inside. Oh, this one opens up a lot. And that goes in for some more journaling. Hidden little notes. Very shiny paper, which was the same paper pack. You can see it matches as that. And back, another journaling card with a sticker and some more purple paper pack and some more of the children's book just for decoration. I left this open and didn't put anything in. And back here, matching. I matched up this with this and a pretty rose. And that's it for my little envelopes to go with my big envelopes. I hope you enjoyed this flip through, and I thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.